Hello everyone. Today is um Tuesday, May 6th, 2025 at 10:07 a.m. in the morning. So, um it was here at this hotel. Um excuse me, just like, at some of the other hotels, when you get sick and tired of stuff and you feel like you're not going to win anyway. I'm just breaking my silence right now. So, um I'm here at the Comfort Suites Airport in Kenner. I don't even know if the online stalkers know that I'm here. And so I'm gonna release this video at a different date, like after I check out of here. So this was the hotel that I called. Um, this was the hotel that I called over the weekend, Sunday morning, and the girl that hung up in my face, her name was Daisy. You know, so when I did a couple of videos, venting about the way she treated me, and I had 3 thumbs up on both videos, and in the first video, Fake Darnell illegally took away a thumbs up, but yet I had high number of views. So all I said was, "Hi, I'm Candy Grand Prix." I'm sorry for hiccuping. Um, they're trying to make me hiccup to try to stop me from talking. They hit me with weapons trying to make me hiccup. Excuse me. So I said, "Hi, my name is Candy Grand Prix. I'm a Diamond member." I didn't know if she knew who I was on the phone, so that's why I said my plan was I was trying to ask her. She didn't even give me a chance. I just said, "Hi, my name is Candy Grand Prix. I'm a Diamond member," and then she hung up in my face. And then immediately I called back, and she persistently ignored the phone. And then I waited back another 15 or 20 minutes and then called back again. Same thing. She ignored me. And so I called the corporate number and made a complaint, and she told her over the phone that I won't be able to check in until 9 o'clock. And the foreign lady with the customer service with the corporation, she called, she got back on the phone with me and said that the girl had said that, I can't check in until after 9 o'clock. Well, why didn't she just listen to what I have to say, or listen to what I needed to ask, and then say, well, we won't, like, she didn't even say, like, well, due to the Jazz Fest, we won't have any availability until after 9 o'clock. Then I would have accepted that if she would talk to me that way, in a normal way. But no, she just straight up hung up in my face. And but the lady has said her name was Daisy. I'm like, Daisy? Like, are you, but it was a foreign lady. So then kind of find out her name was Daisy. And Daisy reminds me of my younger biological brother Derek's fake illegal husband, that fake bacteria perp. You know, um, yes, reminded me so much of Derek's fake wife. You know, so then when I finally checked in Sunday, it was probably around 10:45, I think, that I checked in. It was after I went to the farmers market and everything, and I was sleep deprived and so tired. And then that abusive narcissistic lady with with the glasses on, and she has a extremely short ponytail and eyeglasses. Um, I think they said her name was Cherie. I'm sorry, Charisse. And she's been abusive and narcissistic and bullying me and stuff like that, and treating me mean and acting like as if the sight of me or my presence gets on her nerves or is annoying, you know. And some of the other workers have told me that the earliest I'm allowed to check in is at 7 o'clock in the morning, you know. Um, and one time it was raining, and one of the workers allowed me to check in. It was before 5:30 in the morning, and I took a shower and went to sleep, and I was dazed of sleep deprived. Um, but yeah, I was told that more than once. I was told that, you know, the earliest I can check in here with the being a diamond member, the earliest that I could check in is at 7 o'clock. So that's why I have been coming at around 7, or trying to come at around 7, and then so I really think that the fake Daisy perp had Daisy had you know went and gossiped to me about Miss Charisse. Because when I mentioned something about, oh, it's someone named, and I told her Miss Charisse, I said, well, someone, I think they said her name was Daisy or something. I said, yeah, she hung up in my face, earlier, and she had a narcissistic fake attitude and said, I do not know who a Daisy is. But come to find out, her name was Daisy, not Daisy. But she didn't even correct me and say, oh, there's a Daisy but not Daisy. So then she had you know she had basically you know cut her eyes like a narcissistic abuser and say, you don't need to tell me, you don't need to say, stop saying I'm a diamond member. I'm a diamond member. She cut her eyes like, you need, and she shook her head around in circles and cut her eyes and said, and look, stop saying I'm a diamond member. We all know you're a diamond member. And see, they make my nose itch. And they got platinum members, they got gold members, they got this member, they got silver or whatever she said, and she's like, you don't need to say I'm a diamond member, I'm a diamond member all the time, you know. So I mean, and it's like, what did I say that was? I'm wondering, what did I say that was morally wrong? That I deserve for someone to hang up in my face, or bully me and abuse me and treat me narcissistically, abuse me and gang stalk and treat me mean. Like, I really feel like Daisy is a perp. She's a perp and a sociopathic bully. And Daisy hadn't been nice to me either, and she's younger than me. She looks like she's not even 30 years old. you know, and this Cherie lady, she's a narcissistic abuser. I don't fucking care, you know. So, and then she like it was a time, it was like maybe a couple of weeks ago, and Miss Charisse had done something like, when I renewed my stay a couple of days, a day or two or something, and a few weeks ago, she threw my cards back at me, or The moment she sees me, she acts like she's just annoyed and disgusted at my presence and hates everything about me and got a certain fake opinion about me. And I started coming here after being wrongfully kicked out of and banned from the sleep in from when the stalkers called up and lied on me. So luckily, I'm not sure if the stalkers have found out about me being here, but like when I was here in 2023, like around December 2023, after getting wrongfully kicked out of and banned from the La Quinta on Williams here in Kenner around the corner, after me getting wrongfully kicked out of and banned from here. I mean, I'm sorry, from over there. Then I started coming here. And then I went to sleep in a few times. And but I wasn't banned from all Wyndham hotels back in December. But I just quit going. I have not gone checked into that hotel, that Wyndham. I mean that La Quinta ever since then. But for a while, I stayed away from the La Quinta on Veterans and Metairie. And then when I had court, after the wrongful arrest back in February of last year, it was about June 3rd or something like that. It was the day I got the Social Security check, and I was told I was banned from all Wyndham hotels. But some people saying that that's impossible. It's not true to be banned from all Wyndham hotels. But I guess if they're their own private if they're their own private franchise, I guess you can't be banned from there. But if it's part of the corporate thing, then then it seems like those are the ones that I'm wrongfully banned from. Like if they have corporate owned and independently owned Denny's and IHOP and stuff like that, or even Popeyes or something like that. So the supposedly independent, but I have not tried to check in at any Wyndham hotel ever since I got told. But then I was told that some Wyndham hotels I might call and they say that I'm not banned, and some Wyndham hotels I call and they said I am, on the do not rent list. So, but anyway, back to this situation. So like that Sharice lady had always been quite rude or rubbed me the wrong way, pretty much. And I have not swam in the pool here, but not yet, at least. I mean, it probably never. I have not swam in the pool here, but but this hotel is usually over $100, most nights. But um I had gotten a deal where if I do 2 or 3 nights, I was able to get like a nice big discount for under $100, like maybe $81 per night or something. It was a really good deal. So, I mean, um, I feel sad to say that now I haven't gotten wrongfully kicked out or banned from here, but I guess after publicizing this video, I will. All I gotta do is talk about how I was treated poorly, and then the online stalkers call up the hotel and show them my video, and then I'm wrongfully permanently banned forever. But for me to be you know treated wrong, instead of banning me from here, just apologize for how you treated me and treat me better. Why can't y'all just do that? So So then, I'm in an emergency situation right now, and I don't even know if they're gonna block me from checking in on renewing more nights after tomorrow. Because I tried to tell one of the ladies downstairs, but it looked like she didn't take the money off my card but yeah, I probably should have told her that she could have used the same card when I told her that I booked another night. But it's doing all this raining and stuff like that, and I don't have the extra funds for an Uber to transfer to another hotel. So, I mean, this is one of the last options of choice hotels that I could afford. And then, that I could afford that don't have deposit and that's not out in the East. So, and the Comfort, I don't know if it's Comfort Inn North or Comfort Suites North. That Comfort Suites North Airport or Comfort Inn North Airport. I'm not sure if it's Comfort Inn or Comfort Suites North Airport. I don't think I can go there because the abusive narc, I think that fake perp lady that told me I was wrongfully banned from the sleep in, you know, she's one of the managers over there too. So some of the other hotels they require a deposit, and it'd be like over $100. And I know people ain't really trying to help me with that. So um so yeah, like the Charisse lady. Also, I've seen moments where I booked hotels here, and I saw her that she snuck behind my back and canceled my points at least twice. As I said, I got after I got wrongfully banned from the sleep in and a bunch of other hotels and motels. I started coming here, and it's easy on the bus line, easier than sleep in. It's just um about 1 block away with the bus, but you know sleep in was like maybe 3 or 4 blocks away from the nearest bus stop. But so they're supposed to be changing this hotel to a different brand anyway, and I asked the owner, and he said with an attitude, I don't know. This was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. So um I don't even know. It's like the way the way that Daisy treats me, the way she's been treating me, she kind of treats me the same way as the fake candy perp that works at the Econo Lodge in Gretna. You know, and even at Sleep In, if they would have some of the employees that will bully me, and if I might come at a so-called reasonable time, come check in at 7 o'clock, and they would have that bully. What's her name? I think they said her name was Cantrell or something like that. And the tall, dark one that I had an altercation with, that she listened to the stalkers, online stalkers against me, and flashed the devil horns. She would do stuff like lie and say that there are no rooms and stuff like that. Or lie and say that there's no availability when there is. Like the fake candy perp in Gretna at the Econo Lodge over there, she would play psych games and lie and say that there are no rooms available when they would have 11 or 12 rooms available. So, but yeah, that Sharice lady act like she hates my presence. And it's like, if you hate me and treat me mean and you abusive and narcissistic, it makes me feel uncomfortable being around you, or interacting with you. And it's like, ever since after Daisy hung up in my face in the middle of the night on Sunday, um, I've been feeling anxiety to have to go to the front desk, hoping that her or Miss Sharice is not there. But Miss Sharice was the one that freaking checked me in. As I said, I've been having like panic attacks and anxiety attacks, feeling afraid to face them or deal with them or talk to them. It's like them two and the owner himself, they're the only ones they're the only ones who have given me a problem here. Everybody else they love me and don't have an issue with me. And I come here, I stay in my room. I don't even try to be trouble. Lately, I have not been live streaming as much because of fake Darnell and the harassment and threats and everything, and trying to keep quiet. So that's why I've been doing videos in the dark. Another reason why I've been doing another additional reason why I've been doing videos in the dark. And I had to find a different chain of hotels to try to, stay at, and they and the chain of hotels, they charge deposit or charge for incidentals. Here they don't charge any deposit or incidentals, not far as I know. So, well, I've had other instances, like I think when I came like 3 or 4 weeks, it was a few weeks ago, and I came, and it was probably around 7 o'clock, and they wouldn't let me in, and they wouldn't let me check in, and all they had to say was that all the rooms are booked because of such and such event. They weren't even trying to explain things to me, and even the owner, I don't know his name, but he talks to me condescending, and it's like he's a short man. I don't know if he's Indian from India, but he seems like, he speaks very great English, but around breakfast time, it seems like as if he doesn't really tell people much of anything, but it seemed like he's always like walking around the breakfast area, just hovering over everybody, pretty much, and hyper monitoring the area, for breakfast, but he doesn't really go and tell everybody or anything or try to harass people or whatever. But what I observe is, excuse me, I'm the only one that he treats like shit. But I saw the rich white people that come from the airport and everything. Oh, he'll smile in their face, and be very pleasant with them and stuff like that. And and it's like, if you appear to be richer, he'll treat them a lot better, and be very pleasant and everything, even if they're not white. But I really think that they're treating me like this because of homeless discrimination and because I'm targeted. you know um and it's like I was depressed and angry and feeling anxiety and having panic attacks for the past few days, ever since after Daisy hung up in my face. She didn't even give me a chance to explain myself or question. I was trying to question and ask when will be an acceptable time or a good time to come. Well, even though she told the corporate customer service lady 9 o'clock, but but then she told her 9 o'clock, but then I ended up not being able to make it because I was at the city park and I went to the farmers market, and I wasn't able to make it here until almost 11 o'clock anyway, you know. But so when I wanted to talk to the owner yesterday, but um the owner, I saw him for like a brief moment and he was smiling at, you know, a rich person and having friendly conversation. This man has always had his face twisted up mad at me and had never been nice to me. And the Sharice lady had never been nice to me and act like as if I get on her nerves. One time I asked her, I said, when you act like, I get on your nerves or something, I said, am I annoying to you, or did I upset you or something? She's like, oh, you ain't bothering me, not one bit. You know, but she tried to lie and say she's okay and that I wasn't a bother, but her actions and everything shows that she freaking hates me. And one time I came in and they made me wait until at least 9 or 10 o'clock to check in. I was days of sleep deprived from the streets and I was freaking tired. And like as I said, there've been quite a few times I was able to check in as early as 7 o'clock, being a diamond member, you know. And one time I was allowed to check in at like 5:20 or something. And it was raining. So I think the owner, I think he just falsely assumes that all the rooms are always booked all the time, and that's not true. I don't even think he checks. And so, Jazz Fest is over. Excuse me. And I think he was lying this morning when he said that even last night all the rooms were booked. You know, but it's the Jazz Fest is over and people have left, and it's the weekday now. So when people who are abusive and narcissistic, they make us false assumptions about stuff without even checking or verifying. They think they know it all. And like one time when Miss Sharice made me wait until at least 9 or 10 o'clock to check in, and then I think I had dozed off and fell asleep in one of the chairs, and then he walked over and hit me like this. She's calling you. He was like, she's calling you. He had his face twisted up mad. It's like every time he deals with me, he has like his face twisted up mad. Like, and I always suspected that he was a narcissistic abuser, but today I got my final confirmation, and I'm like, fuck y'all, this is my last time. I ain't never coming back here no more, and I'm not taking your fucking abuse anymore. I'm willingly not coming back over here. But they supposed to change this. I was trying to hold out, and but everything just keeps getting worse and worse, and it's like, now this time the online stalkers, they don't have anything to do with this time, but they'll be more than glad to make themselves the reason why I'm wrongfully banned and kicked out, and rejoice. They will rejoice, but only Daisy is a freaking bully, and Miss Sharice treats me like I'm a nuisance, like she thinks I'm a nuisance. And the owner treats me like he thinks I'm a nuisance. It's a very bad way to feel when you're being abused and treated mean and you have done nothing wrong. And then so I pulled the owner. I'm surprised he told me hello this morning. But then I waited till he was free, and I pulled him to the side and told him about Daisy hanging up in my face. He said he was going to talk to her. He said he was going to, handle the situation. And then, I told him exactly what happened, that in the middle of the night, Sunday, I was trying to ask when it was okay to come. She didn't give me a chance. I just said, "Hi, I'm Candy. I'm a Diamond member," and she just hung up in my face. And he said he was gonna deal with her with that, but um, I bet you she would still get to keep her job, and I don't even think she would get written up. But, oh, cause she been there 5 years. Well, I mean, how many? If you've been there so many years, I mean, do you hang up, or is it just gang stalking discrimination while you hung up in my face? How many other people whose face you hang up in? I mean, if I would have said, "Hi, I'm Candy Grand Prix. I'm a Diamond member," to one of the other employees, if they weren't quite familiar with who I was, I didn't know who that was on the phone. I didn't know that if she was familiar or not. I didn't know who that was, and once she hung up in my face, I knew who that was. I knew who that was, but I didn't know her name at that moment. So, um, and as I said, this Daisy person is younger than me. I promise you, she's under 35 years old. I don't know how old she is, but I know she's under 35, and I think she might be still in her 20s and think she got authority over me, you know, and treating me mean, and think she holds power over me. And that fake candy perk from the from the Econology in Gretna, I hate that she has the same name as me. Her last name starts with an N, but I don't know what her last name is. And there were times when she would lie to me, and she hated me had a problem with me since day one, and always refusing me hotel nights, and I had to cancel a lot of hotel nights because of her lying and saying that they were, even if if she wait till she knows that I'm coming, and she will give other people hotel beds and then refuse me for no reason at all. And she was a perp, and that would be extra rude and play psych games. And she also flashed the devil horns more than once at me. And that was a new hotel. Like it opened up. Um, it opened up January of last year, and 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 I used to be able to get like I used I used to be able to get free nights with 8,000 points at that hotel. And one time, one of the workers there checked me in at like 6 o'clock in the morning, at no extra charge, with me being a diamond member. But it's like the perps. It's like if you're not a perp, you usually grant me my whatever diamond member privileges. But if you are a perp, sometimes certain perps would deny me whatever diamond member privileges and think like I have no rights to the hotel at all. And they will bully me and they just act like they don't want me there, or lie and say that they don't, and they make it like as if I'm trying to be a troublemaker and a problem. Excuse me. So, but but after I and the abusive narcissistic fake owner here. Did y'all hear this? Someone just slammed the door. But anyway, the abusive narcissistic fake owner here, he had he had told me, he falsely accused me of coming here every morning early in the morning. He's like, yeah, cause I see you every morning. You come here early, and you come here too early in the morning every morning. And I'm thinking in my head, wait a minute, that's not true. But after the situation, after I talked to him, I tried to flag him down again, and I said, I said I didn't mean for any trouble. And then he's like, wait, what are you talking about? What trouble? You're the only one that's making a problem here. There is no problem. This end of discussion, ma'am. And I said, well, y'all making me feel like I'm not, you're making me feel like you don't want me here, like I'm not wanted or welcome here. And he's like, well, that's you're the only one that's feeling like that. If you want to feel like that, that's on you. You're the only one that's feeling like that. Now, if you don't want to come here, then you don't have to. I'm saying that y'all are making me feel this way, you know. And he's like, well, if you don't want to come here, it's just your choice, you know. And then he said, well, we don't want you here. It's our choice, you know. And he was just being like very flip mouth, smart ass, and like very disrespectful and just mean. You know, he fucking hates me, you know. And it's their own doing. It's like without the influence of the online stalkers, because I don't even think the online stalkers were able to find me here or call up the place here, you know. But after this week, if I ain't banned yet, this my be I'm gonna just quit coming here on my own free will. Just X this as a place to not come to, because I'm tired of being treated like garbage, treated like shit, and they don't care. They will not apologize. They will not humble themselves and apologize for how they abused me and treated me mean and stuff, you know. When I said I didn't mean for any trouble, how come he didn't just simply say, oh, I understand you didn't mean for any trouble. It's okay. No, instead he just wants to be just rude and smart ass, you know. So I hope I remembered to think. I hope I thought of everything. Um, I hope I thought of everything, but it doesn't look like I can upload this video today. I have to wait till I get some Wi-Fi and after I check out of here to upload this video. Or if I get wrongfully kicked out and banned, you know, I don't have enough. Well, I damn sure I'm doing this video with the lights on, so it's gonna take up a whole lot more storage space, you know. But it's supposed to rain. Excuse me, and I guess I might as well just try to do live streams while I'm here, since it seems like my days are numbered here, very numbered. You know, I'm walking on thin ice here. So I'm gonna get off the live stream, I mean the video, and I'll see y'all.